Let me tell you about Sarah. She's a 24-year-old marketing professional who checked her phone 127 times in a single day. She wasn't addicted to drugs. She wasn't gambling. She was just scrolling through social media. But here's what was happening inside her brain. Every time Sarah received a like or comment, her brain released a burst of dopamine, the same chemical that fires when someone wins at a casino or takes an addictive substance. Research from leading neuroscience institutions has revealed something startling. Social media acts as a behavioral dopamine agonist. That's a fancy way of saying it mimics the effects of addictive drugs by overstimulating your brain's reward system. The platforms know this. They've designed every feature, every notification, every infinite scroll to keep you in a loop, cue, action, reward. You see a notification, you check your phone, you get a tiny hit of dopamine. Over time, this loop becomes so powerful that your brain starts craving it, just like any other addiction. Now let's talk about what's happening to your focus. Remember when you could sit down and read a book for hours? When you could watch a movie without checking your phone? Those days are disappearing, and it's not your fault. Brain imaging studies show something alarming. During social media use, alpha waves in your brain, which indicate a calm and focused state, dramatically decrease. But it gets worse. Even after you put your phone down, these alpha waves take significantly longer to return to normal levels. This means your brain is stuck in a state of overstimulation. Beta and gamma activity, associated with heightened alertness and emotional arousal, remain elevated long after you've stopped scrolling. Your mind can't relax, it can't focus. It's trapped in a constant state of fragmented attention. The platforms use something called algorithm-driven content. Every video, every post you see has been carefully selected to keep you engaged. Just one more minute, one more scroll. This constant switching between different types of content forces your brain into a state of perpetual multitasking. A working group from the National Academy of Sciences found that media multitasking is associated with poorer memory, increased impulsivity, and actual physical changes in brain function. Your brain is being trained to have the attention span of a goldfish. Here's something even more disturbing. Social media is erasing your ability to remember. Scientists call it digital amnesia or the Google effect. Because information is so easily accessible online, your brain has stopped bothering to store it. Why remember your friend's phone number when it's saved in your contacts? Why memorize facts when you can just search for them? But the problem goes deeper. Research shows that when we rely on external sources for information, we're not just failing to encode new memories. We're actually weakening the neural pathways responsible for memory formation and recall. Brain scans reveal that social media use increases activity in the temporal lobe during what researchers call reflective moments, potentially related to autobiographical memory retrieval. Translation: instead of creating new memories, you're spending mental energy revisiting digital ones. The photos you posted, the comments you made, the validation you received. Your brain is being restructured to prioritize shallow, easily accessible information over deep, meaningful knowledge. The instant gratification mechanisms built into every platform are rewiring your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for sustained cognitive engagement. Now we arrive at the most unsettling part: how social media controls your behavior without you knowing it. Neuroimaging studies have identified distinct activation patterns in your brain during social media use. The prefrontal cortex, your brain's decision-making center, lights up during emotional appraisal and choice-making on these platforms. But here's the twist: this activation parallels what happens in the brains of gamblers. Receiving likes, comments, and followers activates the same reward-related brain networks as pulling a slot machine lever. You're not making free choices, you're responding to carefully engineered triggers. The algorithms study your behavior patterns, your engagement history, what makes you stop scrolling, what makes you click, what makes you share. Then they feed you more of exactly that content, creating a personalized manipulation system designed specifically for your brain. Studies show that heavy social media use can lead to actual reductions in gray matter volume in critical areas of the brain. We're not just talking about behavioral changes anymore. We're talking about physical structural alterations to your brain tissue. The parietal lobe shows increased beta and theta activity during app switching and multitasking, reflecting higher cognitive load. Meanwhile, the constant emotional and visual stimulation keeps your occipital lobe in overdrive. Your brain is working harder, but accomplishing less. So what can you do about it? The first step is awareness. Now you know what's happening inside your brain every time you reach for your phone. Set boundaries, turn off notifications. They're specifically designed to create that addictive cue action reward loop we talked about earlier. Without the constant interruptions, you give your brain a chance to recover its natural alpha wave patterns. Practice single tasking. When you're working, just work. When you're with friends, just be present. Your brain needs time away from the perpetual multitasking that social media demands. And remember this, the technology isn't evil, but it is designed to be addictive. Platform designers have teams of neuroscientists helping them exploit your brain's vulnerabilities. Your best defense is understanding how the game works. Your attention, your memory, your behavior, they're all more valuable than you realize. Every moment you spend scrolling is a moment your brain is being reshaped. The question is, who's doing the shaping, the algorithm or you?